This weekend, my mom-in-law Natalia came to visit us in Lviv. She took a short vacation and stayed for 3 days. I've decided to take a break from work as well and brought her to the city center to explore some churches. While there, I showed her how church community is actively raising awareness and funding to support the frontline efforts. As you can see this announcement, Pray for Ukraine, church community is asking you to pray for our militaries because your prayers are helping them to stay alive. We are in the city center with my mom-in-law. She has arrived to see my husband, Ilya. Yeah, and we are walking near the church. Yes, she's saying that in Poltava district where they are living, they also are experiencing a lot of air alerts, a lot of drones and missiles attacks, and she said that despite of peace talk and ceasefire talk, we are not seeing it in Ukraine. Yeah. Yeah, you see that Russians are doing attacks, especially at nights, just to disturb the sleeping of civilians, and of course this is causing them nervous breakdowns and exhaustion and frustration, just to weaken the economy. We also visited Church of the Most Holy Apostles Peter and Paul and donated some money there. Also, this church is known as Garrison Church in Lviv. If you have been to Lviv, you may probably know this church. The main place that unites militaries in the city, where they receive chaplaincy support, blessings for marriage and baptizing for their children. The church is the one that organizes funerals for fallen soldiers. The ceremony traditionally begins at 11 o'clock in the morning in the city center, and it's public. Everyone can attend. Every day at 10 o'clock in the morning they also have a prayer for the repose of the fallen soldiers in the temple. And after that, if we can say so, a convenient time, not too late and not too soon, to hold a commemoration. In the Garrison temple, what is most important? They do not create a division into denominations. They do not make a difference in the service, liturgy or conversions. And it sounds healthy, because in Orthodox Church that belong to Moscow Patriarchy, it's blasphemy to participate in the liturgy with Catholics and Lutherans, and especially with Protestants, because they consider them as a cult. Guys, it's also worth saying that I read in news that Trump is upset about Putin's missile strikes and air attacks between. He believes the negotiations between Putin and him are strong, but maybe he doesn't know that Putin always breaks the promises. Do you remember that before the invasion, before the full-scale invasion, he told that he will never attack Ukraine? To Macron on this long table, to the America's representatives. However, he attacked, and I think Donald Trump is not aware about this. He got used that people are truthful with him, but Putin is not the person who will be truthful. It was a blessing and relief for my mom-in-law to have a day without alerts and a bit heal her nervous system. She noticed that spring is coming in Lviv and city begins to bloom.
Десь на часок. Кожного приїзду часок, два присвятити, в якусь церкву зайти, десь каву попити, десь просто спостерігати, як люди спілкуються. Я розумію, що там десь війна, там хлопці гинуть, і може це недоречно і не до часу милуватися містом, ходити, але це Україна, це наша культура, це наш бит.
It's cool that Lviv has a lot of churches and denominations in the city, from Catholics to Protestants, and everyone is united with one mission: to help civilians and militaries go through this extremely difficult period of Ukrainian history, because everyone knows that all our prayers and hopes we should put on God, and He will provide people and resources to help believers out. As it was said, the horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is out of the Lord. For us, it's real blessing that spiritual advisor of Donald Trump, Pastor Mark Burns, has arrived to Kyiv and saw actually Bucha, Borodyanka and all these torture chambers and the evidences of the Russian war crime. Because I know how it's important to speak with America through the church leaders and show them that Ukrainians are the same in spiritual sense. We also are taking care about traditional normal values here in Ukraine, Christian values. You see how many church we have. You see how many people are attending church, not only on Sundays now.
Ukraine has a strong Christian community. They are organizing charity gospel concerts, fairs, relocations for church members and workers from East, raising funds for medical support for militaries, the members of the church who were wounded on the front line.
And also, it's very important to understand that Russia and Putin are not embracing the traditional values, because Christians are not killing each other, first of all.
Real Christians, in my opinion, are rejoicing with those who rejoice and weeping with those who weep. Real Christians are trying to help and give water to those who are thirsty. I see a lot of old ladies who are selling candles near church to get money for the frontline efforts. They are not yelling on the government, but understand that frontline efforts depend on the input of everyone.
Я також я донатю. Я чим можу, ми з дочкою в зимовий час робили грілки, хлопцям відправляли.
Candle trenches, окопні свічки.
Свічки, так, свічкова то тема то вже взагалі не обговорюється. Воно з року в рік, третій рік війна, третій рік свічки робимо. Чим можемо?
And I agree with Pastor Mark Burns, who arrived to Ukraine today. Ukrainian warriors want to receive weapons from the US to protect civilians, to protect us, not money. Assistance is needed due to the constant Russian air attacks, and wherever you like President Trump or not, wherever you like President Zelensky or not, young people and children are dying in Ukraine because of drone attacks every night, and this is a reality. If you love Jesus Christ, if you are Jesus Christ follower, you should love one another, not kill them like Kremlin is doing every night. Please do not let Russian propaganda trick you. Thank you guys for watching this small video and dedicating the time for listening and hearing. I hope to recover from the burnout and meet you in another video very soon.